With me, welcome.
Thank you.
With me is Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo.
What?
He
Rinaldi.
is Rinaldi, pardon me.
Oh, no worries.
Rinaldi.
Ronaldo does a very different job and
Yes,
a lot more
but-
successful than mine. I spent good part of over 30 years of my career in the luxury hospitality sector. Started very early days in what is now a world of Astoria. I really developed my career with Ritz-Carlton, moved to Bulgari Hotels and Resorts, and then I had an experience with One and Only, and then joined again Marriott International Luxury, and I've been with their lifestyle brand edition for about 5 years. So under Ian Schrager, creative direction, and now just about been more than a year I've been with Capella Hotel Group in Singapore. Very exciting. It's a very exciting phase for Capella in terms of growth and development. And I am taking over the current CEO effectively from January. And he's done an amazing job, in establishing the brand and creating what we are now. And the recognition that Capella has received over the last 2 years is complete. I mean, we basically, in English you say we're punching above our weight. Because we're a little company, a small team. We've been recognized in our properties in Indonesia, our properties in Thailand, Singapore, and it's been great. And just recently we opened our second brand. We launched our second brand, Patina, with the opening in the Maldives, which is going to complement the offering of Capella Hotel with our sophisticated lifestyle offering. So now we're targeting two very different segments, and I'm very excited about it. Capella Hotel Group really comes from, there was a gentleman that you might be familiar with called Horst Schulze. Horst Schulze is mostly known for his work early days with Ritz-Carlton. And I know how much Japan loves Ritz-Carlton. It's such a dear brand. And so Horst goes back, I would say, late 90s when he decided to move on. And part of the development, he founded Capella Hotel Group. Over time, the development was more on the West Coast, US, Europe, and obviously it wasn't as Asia-centric. Over time, then the company was partly acquired and then fully acquired by the current owner, which is a Singapore-based real estate developer. It's a group called Pontiac Land. Pontiac Land own, amongst different investments in residential, hospitals. They also own in Singapore the Ritz-Carlton, the Conrad Hotel, obviously Capella Singapore, the Regent. With us, the old Fari Highland Archipelago. It's built and owned by Pontiac Land. Our upcoming Capella Sydney is also owned by Pontiac Land, which is our parent company. So Horst, over time, has completely ended over and is no longer involved in Capella Hotel Group, that is now fully owned. But the foundation, the culture, and the roots and the DNA has developed. It's not changed, it's developed into what we are now. And very proud of what we do and the way we do it and how we really dedicate all our resources to customer experience. And that's what really differentiates to the others. We really take the time to curate and craft our guest experiences. It's just above and beyond the luxury offering. So Capella is, as I said, is really, we have a very strong foundation culture. We believe in continuous improvement. We believe in curating and crafting our experiences. And if I would have to translate our DNA in a property, is what we call, it's threefold. It's the Capella Moments, Capella Curates, and Capella Rituals, which are three different layers of engagement that we have with the guests. Rituals is something that we do that is very relevant to the destination, that really engage with the guests in the hotel. Capella Moments is a series of programming and activities that we have shifted because what we have seen over the pandemic is suddenly when the international travel stopped, our captive audience was the domestic travel. And so if you have a beautiful hotel in Ubud, Bali, a traditional Indonesian water purification ceremony loses a bit of its value when it's done to someone from Indonesia. while maybe the traveler from Europe and the US will appreciate more the experience. So we just shifted completely the offering. And Capella Singapore is the perfect example. Because what we did basically, we move away from what would have been a more traditional engagement of Singapore, its heritage, its culture, because obviously being 99% Singaporean customer, and we offer them luxury experiences. We partner with Mont Blanc to do a calligraphy class. We partner with Penhaligons so that they could build their own scent. We partner with Maserati where they could have a fully dressed room, Maserati design, and then a car driving experience. We had kids learning to play drums or DJing with a professional DJ. So all that was happening to a degree. They were so engaging with the local community. The guests would move their bookings if the slot was not available, just to make sure that they were part of it. And this is and then ultimately Capella curates, where we have what we call a culturist, which in the traditional hotel terms would be a mix between a concierge and a butler. We have them engaging with our guests pre-arrival, and it's more about the traditional conversation. How was your flight? Or, can I suggest any restaurant? We want them to know the market. We want them to introduce it to the guests. Really, if you're in Bangkok, bring it to a third generation grandmother that will show you how to make a proper pad thai. In Hanoi, we'll drive you out where really to see a traditional Vietnamese coffee experience. And in every location, we really spend hours and hours to make sure that we curate the right experience, because travel has changed. Travel has changed, and now guests want to travel with purpose. They want to take memories back, they want to take experiences back, they want to feel part of the community, and they also want to be able to give back. And so we used to do that before, and I think with the pandemic, it made us even more relevant to the actual traveler. We have Kengo Kuma, and actually I worked with him previously, because as you probably know, both editions are designed by Kengo Kuma. Kengo Kuma is an architect, and he does design the space as an architect. So sometimes, he has a vision of the space that certainly we don't have, but he also, the way he's using the material, his sustainability efforts over the material, the purity and the cleanliness of the typical Japanese design is something that for that property, when it was selected, is what we wanted. And it goes perfectly in line with our sustainability effort that extend into the Patina island next to it. And that was a choice. Plus, it's amongst probably one of the best, if not one of the best architects in the world right now. So for us, it's an honor and a privilege to work with him. So Patina opened May this year, and it was designed by Marcio Kogan, which is a renowned Brazilian architect, mostly famous for his residential work. And so initially there was a lot of doubts around the fact that, you could actually work on an hotel. And the secret to the success is that he's a residential architect, because when you go to Patina, you don't feel in a hotel. And he blends the space to really go with nature, in the color, in the selection of the material. And for Capella, that we're looking at opening within the next 2 years on the adjacent island, Kengo Kuma was perfect. And it will be a collaboration with Andre Fu, and Andre Fu based out of Hong Kong and famous for various other projects. And the two of them is a perfect combination, because he has the vision, the architectural details, and then Andre comes and does finish and dress with the interior design. So we're very excited about the project. Auriga is our now 12 plus years old wellness offering for Capella. And just as Capella, Auriga is a star, is a constellation. And so the old treatment with Auriga was around moon phases, circadian rhythms, and it was the connection between the guest and Mother Earth and the natural phases. So all our treatments were constellation basis, and we realized that, and when we were talking about Patina, is the perfect example that has shifted now, and wellness became such a big requirement that after launching Patina and Flow as a concept, it was time for us also with Auriga to elevate the offering. So that's what we spent in 22 on. And Auriga will be shifting, will still be in this harmony between Earth, constellation, star, moon phases, but we're elevating, start using science-based results. So we're able to use diagnostics to really understand the best. It goes above and beyond the treatments, it goes above and beyond the class. We will be going into biohacking a little bit more. We will keep our journey in the connection with Mother Earth, and we are going the let's say that the pinnacle of the elevation of Auriga will be the opening of our luxury retreat in Korea, which will be the first wellness retreat for Capella. And it will be absolutely amazing. We're very excited about that. Fully dedicated wellness destination. We're very excited about it. There will be, without getting into too many details, we will have a presence in Japan, and we hoping early next year, if I'm allowed to fly into the country, to be able to announce that with our partners, which are great owners and developers. But yes, there's some very exciting news coming out of
Okay, we look
Japan.
forward to that.
Oh, so am I. We can't wait to announce it. We're nimble. We light. Because we focus. First of all, part of our pitch, and I don't like the word pitch, but part of our engagement with owners is we have a commitment to our owner. You will never enter a Capella that look like another one. Many brands, you need the sense of place, right? You walk into a lobby, if there is a flower decoration, it's a scent, it's the music, you know exactly where you are immediately. With us, it's going to be about the experience and the service. But the hotel, the design is very much relevant to the destination, to the market. And to be fair, at the end of the day, to the owner's wishes, and because they are the one investing, we work very closely with the owner. And I think, first of all, this allows us to be nimble compared to bigger company. We can sit and really work around what the owner's needs are. And because we focus on so much on experiences, we are CapEx light. Because we focus a lot more in service. We are a service company. Yeah, we are an operator, but at the end of the day, an operator is what? An HR company. Without the resources, we wouldn't go very far. So that's what we really focus on the culture, on the training, on the experience. And that allows us to be flexible and adjust to the owner's needs. And I feel that right now in the competitive scape, there's some beautiful brands and they're doing an excellent job. But we are probably in the luxury spectrum what the guests are looking for and what operators and owners are looking for, because we don't come with a set of standards that you cannot deviate from. We are very open for a conversation. We build the project together. So I think with the next couple of years we're going to be talking about shortage of labor in every shape and form, because everybody's experiencing the same. And I think I don't know if it's post yet, but now the pandemic is improving. Some markets have really seen that people are not going back. Either it's government subsidy, even it's change of career, either it's simply, they were in a position where they could retire early. But the labor force, and I was on a panel this morning, and there were different leaders of luxury brands. And when the question was like, what keeps you up at night? Everybody answered the same, labor and lack of it. And I just came back from Japan, and it's a very tough market.
Yes.
It's a very tough market. I mean, it's a mature market, it's a sophisticated market, and you would think that it's an aging market, and there's just simply not enough labor supply. So we need to maximize what we have. We have a very strong selection process. We go through structured interviews that we conduct with the third-party companies, so we get a full profile of the candidate. Then we'll go through a series of interviews with all the key players. But once we selected what we think is the right candidate, we go through extensive orientation. We have what we call a training certification manual, where basically everybody gets prepared on their job, tested and certified on a quiz, and recertified after 3, 6, and 12 months. We have online training available. We have 2 digital tools for them to access. We do checklists through one of our platforms to make sure that we comply with all the standards of Forbes, LQA. So, as I said before, we really very much of a human resources company. So we invest a lot in the resources. We're still small, so we need to build our pipeline of talent. But that's moving forward. As we grow with the asset, we'll be able to grow more leaders internally.
Thank you. I think culture is very important as well. How do you inform staff of culture? How do you make?
So you might be familiar with, the Ritz-Carlton had the Credo card, right? So we obviously, in a way, we have a very strong connection with Ritz-Carlton because the original founder was a founder of Ritz-Carlton, and he's the man behind. So we always been very strong culture company. We have our set of belief, we have our standards, and it's about leadership. It's about communication. We have very tight communication plans in terms of what could be morning, afternoon, weekly, quarterly, monthly. And then it's really about making part of the training. It needs to become a way of life. If you asking me, if I stop and I say, where is the restroom? You could point me and say, it's at the end there on the right. We spend weeks to make sure that the person goes with the guest. Let me take you there. And engage and maybe ask, how is your stay? And did you try? And those obviously takes time, takes training, and takes leadership, because at the end of the day, leadership really reinforces the culture. But we've seen it for the size of the company we're very happy, and it's starting with the selection of the right people. That's what you ask. Normally the question would be, what is when is too much, right? When do you have too many properties that you're not gonna be able to do? I think we still small, and I say that because I personally can engage with every single general manager, with every single owner, with every single budgeting process, with every new project, and because we're a small team, it's really personalized. I mean, in Singapore, you meet us, and that's who you're gonna work with the next 5-6 years. Obviously, we're very happy about the growth in Asia, and being a Singapore-based company, we're very proud to be in Asia. We are entering Middle East in Saudi Arabia. There would be more entry in Middle East coming soon, and eventually we would like to have presence in Europe and the US. What is the magic number? I don't know. Could be 15, 20, 25. Every time you get there, you get a taste, and then you want a little bit more, right? So we'll see. At the moment, we're 7 hotels. We announced another 3-4 opening. I would say another 10 in the pipeline, give or take. What we don't need necessarily, it's not the size to us, it's the quality. It's the destination, it's the partner, it's the developer. And Capella is the type of leisure hotel that you don't need to have many in the same country. Patina has a different offering. So after we focus in Asia, in the next 5 years, there will be more on Europe and the US. Mostly Europe. We start with Europe and then we shift it over. Yeah. Well, shockingly enough, actually, it seems to be like Italy might be the first that we're coming back into. And it's nothing to do with me. That was it just happened to be a coincidence. No, we're looking at key cities in Italy with some very interesting leads. And obviously, if you want to be in Europe, you always want to be in Paris, you want to be in London. Are tough markets. Real estate is complicated. Availability of the right location is, comes once every 5-10 years. Tokyo is the same. I will never forget how long it took to develop the Ritz-Carlton Tokyo, and how long it took to finalize that or to find prime location. Now Tokyo is changing a little bit, because when I was leaving, there was a lot of redevelopment. First on Toranomon, but then it was moving on to Roppongi, the lower side. So that and then now we're towards Nishiazabu. I felt that there is a lot going on, especially amongst the biggest developer, Mori and Mori Trust, right? And so I think there will be more opportunities in that area. European cities don't go through the kind of changes. Historical architecture is very difficult to to have a prime location like Roppongi in the middle of Paris. But we keep our eyes open, and obviously we would love to be there. No, not with a big presence, just in the right place.
Well, thank you very much for your
Thank
time
you.
and being here with us.
Thank you.
And we look forward to interviewing again when you come to Japan.
Oh yes, I'll make sure I'll let you know. Thank you. ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。